Today we talk about the graphic engine and performance settings to make the game run smooth.
Yes, we were adding new features last week to make sure that it runs on all kinds of systems, from really low-end to the very high-end systems. And we had already an existing LOD system, so the closer you get, the more detail the objects have. We tweaked it a little bit. We're adding more detail to it, and we added some things to the interface so you can actually tweak it now. And yeah, if you have the game running, you can enable the LOD system. You see now everything which is far away is green, which means it's pretty low detail, because we're also pretty far away by ourselves. And you can see that if we go into the options menu, on the settings screen we can now change the quality, and it's pretty low actually right now. If we slide it all the way to the right, you can see the objects changing from yellow to red, and you just get more detail by that. The other parameter which we really wanted to tweak is if you're in space, you want to see things which are far away. So if you have a huge station, you don't want it to pop in and immediately take 20-30 pixels high, but you already want to see it slowly coming into distance. And we have another option for that, so we can tweak that now, and we can increase it. Right now I'm too close by to actually see the effect very well. But what happens in effect is that from even a distance of 80 kilometers, you already see a really tiny station, a few pixels high, which you can approach and then see. We're still improving that to increase performance even more, adding another level of detail specifically for some things which are really far away. And yeah, it's actually looking quite good here. So.
What are the graphic settings, or the settings in general, that cost most performance?
What costs most performance? Yeah, the LOD settings. If you really put everything on high quality, the stations in high quality are really big models with lots of triangles. If you put that up, you will need a powerful machine. That's a fact. But on the other hand, you can scale it however you want, so you just slide it down if your computer is not fast enough, so the game is accessible for all kinds of machines. So
but there are also some graphic features that you can only turn on and off, like shadows.
Yes, yes, we have shadows. I have to take a look here. It's right now enabled. It's actually very nicely seen in the cockpit if you turn around, which right now I can't do if I'm in the menu, but I can go out quickly. And you can see the things moving around in the cockpit. And if I get closer to stations, you can also see shadows nicely over there. And of course you can disable them if the performance is too bad. Over here I just saw a ship, which you saw as a red color, which means it's a level of detail 0, which is the highest quality. And yeah, another thing which we can do is SSAO. We can enable that. 1 second.
SSAO, you have, well, maybe not everybody knows that. It's basically the occlusion. Occlusion map means you see the dark corners of where the light doesn't get into a corner or an edge of a geometry, pre-calculated.
Okay, well, anyway, so you can turn it on and off and tweak performance with that. Yeah, actually it runs quite well on also machines which aren't that fast yet.
But of course people will wonder what kind of hardware the minimum requirement will be, or what the suggested hardware requirement is.
I think it's pretty scalable. You can run it on pretty low-end systems. Now I would not suggest running it on a Pentium 1 or something like that. You shouldn't make it crazy, but anything which is from the last few years should be able to run it decently. So I think that yeah, we made pretty big steps there lately, and performance optimization is one of the things where actually we're always looking at that, and even at this stage in the projects we're still finding places where we say, oh, we can have 1 or 2 frames more by doing this or that, and it's actually a constant thing, because some programmers add code and then add new options and things and not really looking at performance, so you have to keep that in mind, and we constantly are looking at that.
Yeah, I guess it's really too early to really give specific hardware requirements, minimum requirements, but I think the I mean, yeah, like we did with the old games, what we always try to do is make the game adapt to as wide a variety of machines as you can do. But maybe you can tell us the graphic card minimum configuration or the shader settings.
We have three shader levers, so you can put on a high quality, lower quality, and medium quality. And the graphic card, well, anything which is not too old.
Yeah, but we have a minimum shader specification, right? I mean, you have to have shader support.
I think shader 3.
Mm-hmm.
So shader model 3.
So that means what graphic card would be the oldest that still supports our game?
I wouldn't know.
I don't know. Okay. Yeah, just and one other thing that's always a hot topic is multi-core support. I mean, how much does the game benefit from?
It definitely benefits from that. We have pretty much of a threading system here, splitting into logical parts. There's threads for AI, for pathfinding, for the renderer, for asset loading and logic. So there are multiple threads running in general, and besides that we have a job system. So if we have some task of work which we don't need an answer to immediately, we throw it into the job queue, it will start processing that, and after a few seconds we'll get an answer for that. And especially that system is extremely scalable. So if you have a crazy, I don't know, 32 core machine, well, you just start 32 core threads for jobs, and it will gigantically scale. It doesn't get any better than that. So the more we put in there, the more we can put in there, the more effect it will have.
Cool.